almost in there. Now I think I'm in there. This is not going to be fun looking at myself this whole time. Hold on, I have to, first of all, I realize there's 9 people that want to join the group this morning. So I got to add them. Good morning, good morning. Who's that person? All these people have friends in the group, so I'm going to tell you guys, thank you so much for sending everybody over to join this group. Let me get everybody added. Terry Groomer. I love Terry Groomer. Good morning. Hold on, I'm almost there. Wait, one more person wants to join the group. You guys, stop. Nope, there's nobody there. All right. Where's the video? There we are. Okay. I hope you can hear me because my friend Laura told me to make the volume louder. It's as loud as it can go. Hi, good morning. I hope you guys are doing good. I may or may not be able to see comments today. Hold on, let's see. Don't know why I can't see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so here's what I want you guys to know. Since this is hopefully gonna go on YouTube later and it's gonna be more like a class, I'm not gonna say, hey, hi, Susie, Q, or whatever, as much. It's gonna be hard not to. So if I don't answer your questions here, I'll go back and look at all the comments later. But if you have a question regarding the art journaling, I'm gonna try to answer that. So, that being said, normally you guys don't see me, it's just you see my work. And we're gonna do that today because I have a basket full, well you can't see it, a basket full of journals I wanna go through because the most important thing is to start with a cool journal. And I know most of us can't get out and about right now, so we're gonna talk about some stuff maybe you'll have lying around your house. Like, I know there's lots of kids watching, so if you have a composition book from school, take it. Don't tell mom you're using it for art journaling, or tell her and then go buy another one. Tell her that Target sells them at back to school time for 50 cents a piece. So just use it for this. We're gonna talk about journaling in a book. Eek. So I buy them at thrift stores. There's all kinds of things you can journal in. So that's gonna be number one. You gotta start with something to journal in. Let's talk about these sheets. Okay, in our files, there are 4 sheets that you have printed out, or hopefully you have them printed out, or saved at least. The first one is the art journaling supplies list. Hi. I did this one about 2 or 3 years ago, so it may have changed and I may add some stuff. Oh, first of all, get a pen and a piece of paper because I'm going to be talking about lots of stuff and you may want to write things down because they may not be on your sheet. So if you haven't downloaded this sheet yet, go find it. It's in the files here. Okay, all you people my age, you need to learn how to use Facebook. Everything I put up that's a freebie is in the files. So you're gonna see that little thing that says watch party, or I don't know exactly what's there, but it's up there when you're here in the group. Go to files and you click on them and everything's stored in there. If you can't figure it out and go find a teenager or a little kid or something, then email me and I will figure it out for you. My email is lindsayoostrom@yahoo.com if you don't have that. So print this out, this gives you all the supplies. Somebody asked me, what the heck is this? It just has a lot of ABCs scattered all over it. We use this in art journaling. You shall see. Hold tight, it's coming. Then you've got this one with the word sheet. These are super cool because these give you a bunch of words that I wrote, and you can just cut them out and paste them in your journal. And then this one, I tea stained, or coffee stained, or both. Oh, I did. I tea stained, coffee stained, and used distress inks on this. So got it real vintagey looking because a vintage look is super cool. I don't use it. I use rainbows, but you know. Hey, and you know what I learned at 1:30 in the morning when I wasn't sleeping all night long? I learned that people are seeing rainbows everywhere and they're putting them in their windows, and like there's rainbows popping up out of the sky and rainbows are just appearing places. And I guess that's the new show of hope for this coronavirus crapola. Sorry kids, I'm really gonna try. Everybody told me they got their grandkids and kids watching. I'm really gonna try. I apologize. Don't talk like Lindsay. Talk like your moms and your grandmas. I'm going to try. Anyway, that rainbows are the new sense of hope for the coronavirus. So rainbows are what we're doing. Laura says, hiya, usually iPad so I can hear you. Yay, she's using an iPad. Oh, hi Debbie from the base of Lake Michigan. That's so cool. All right, so these are your free sheets. I think now I want to bring the camera around here. So I just wanted to say, hey, hi. My goal is to take this video. I learned last night in the middle of the night when, you know, I don't sleep. I learned how to put it on YouTube. So hopefully this will be saved and put on YouTube, okay? That's my plan. So now I'm going to bring the camera over here so that I can show you the work as we go. So hang tight. Don't scratch your face or touch it either, like me. Don't do it. Okay, coming. Here I come. Now I gotta redo the camera a little bit, so hang tight. Trying to get my tripod. Now you have a nice look at my cactus in the window. All right, hold tight, kids. Hopefully I can do this. Now you're looking at my ceiling. I know. Very professional. Now I gotta flip this around. I know I'm professional. You don't have to tell me. Now it's much easier for me to see your comments. All right. All right. We'll be Matthew McConaughey for a minute. Okay, so starting with what you need to art journal. So when I taught this store, when I taught this at Ben Franklin, the store that I worked at for 12 years, I used all the stuff that we sold at the store. So if you have other things, please feel free to use them. And when I show you my journals, you'll understand why I say use whatever you have. I used to teach this in a Strathmore mixed media journal, which is this one. I'm not going to get to the pages yet, but what I like about the mixed media journal is it has mixed media paper and it's super thick. So you can put layers and layers and layers of medium. Medium is a word we use in art journaling. Medium is anything that is something that layers on top of each other. Paint, chalk, pens, more paint, watercolor, paint, modeling paste, gel medium, all that stuff, okay? So you want something with a thicker page. That being said, you can really use anything because tomorrow, I forgot to do it today, but I'm going to grab a composition book, or maybe I'll just make a separate video. And I want to show you how to take 2 pages and tape them together. So if you have a composition book, you can take like 10 pages and tape them together to make one nice thick page. Okay? So find yourself a journal. If you don't have that and you're at home, hold on, and you got nothing, this is one of my favorite things I own. I made this pouch a while ago. And what I've done is I've just taken cardstock and I've cut it up into what I call journal size pages. So if you have scrapbooking paper, cardstock, regular old white paper, ivory paper, old manila folders, manila envelopes, anything, you can journal on any of that. So create your own journal. YouTube is a wealth of information, kids, for figuring out what to use. I've done envelope journals before, and they're super cool because when you glue the envelopes together, all right, forget you, I can't put you back together. When you glue the envelopes together, you have a little extra pouch. So if you don't have a journal, just get paper, envelopes, file folders, whatever, and you can create your own. The next thing is Aleene's Collage Podge, which I forgot to grab. Hang on, I'm going. I don't use gel medium because, oops, hang on, I'm dropping things. This is my favorite stuff. I use Aleene's Collage Podge. And what do we use this for? it's a glue and it's a sealer and it's a covering thing. So when we get down to some of these pages that are underneath here, I'll tell you more about it. But you use this to cover or glue something down. And we use lots of bits and pieces of ephemera. That's the word we will say a lot in art journaling, ephemera. And that is nothing but little bits and pieces of book pages, of the collage sheets that you guys have been downloading from me on my Etsy page, collage elements. Those are good. This is good for gluing stuff down. That being said, I also use glue sticks, which, let me tell you, when I went to the market, I bought glue sticks. That was like 2 weeks ago, the last time I was out. These are those ones that go purple and then they go back to clear. I'm not a fan, but that's all they had, and I don't use glue sticks very much. Oh, why are they in this plastic bag, you might ask? Well, anything that's wet, paint, glue, pens, any adhesive, tapes, double-sided tapes, they go in a baggie because it keeps the air out, and then it keeps them from drying out. So burp it like your Tupperware, get the air out, close your baggie, good to go. Patricia is asking a question, does Mod Podge work? Yes and no, Patricia. Mod Podge works for gluing things down, but if you accidentally, let's say you glue this down and you've got Mod Podge all over the top of it, in some instances it stays sticky. So I am not a fan of Mod Podge, personally. You can try it, and what a lot of people will do, hang on, I buy from Smart & Final deli sheets, which are nothing more than those sandwich papers. You could use parchment paper, wax paper, but deli sheets you can buy in a box of 1,000. And I will, as I'm working on a page, I'll put the deli paper down and close the book and keep it there for a while, and then I can go to the next page. It keeps it so that it doesn't go from here to here, you know what I mean? And it keeps it from sticking. Honestly, there are some journals that I've used Mod Podge with that I still have deli paper inside because it just doesn't dry. It always stays sticky. Okay, so that's Collage Podge or Matte Gel Medium from Liquitex or Golden. So the Collage Podge is about, for this giant bottle, which is 16 fluid ounces, $9.99 at Ben Franklin Crafts and Frames in Grass Valley, where they are doing curbside pickup. Or you can do the Liquitex or Golden Matte Gel Medium, and it's about $13, $14. And Susan says, Mod Podge is not good if you live in a humid climate. Pages stick together. Oh, well, that may be why they stick together at my house. But we're not really humid. I don't know. We are human, but not humid. I can't find my heat tool, but by tomorrow I will find it, or I will go to Ben Franklin and buy a new one. Because a heat tool, not a blow dryer, but a heat tool, makes it so that as you're working on a page, you can quickly make this dry. Use your heat tool on it so you don't have to sit around and wait for paint to dry. There's nothing worse than that when you're trying to be creative. Okay? Scissors, which of course I didn't have here, but a scissors. If you have the titanium ones, which I may have right here, let's take a look. I rolled my card over. No, I don't have the titanium ones. I have my old cutter bees. But a good sharp scissors is good. And again, if you're working at home and you've never done this before and you don't have any, is Michael's still open and Hobby Lobby, etc.? Don't get me started on either one of those stores. However, I'll tell you, you just got to check. I'm going to say no. Ben Franklin's is closed. So I'm thinking most of the craft stores are closed. Okay, back to this. If you just have a scissors at home, just make sure it's a sharp one if you've never done crafting or art journaling. If you are at home and don't have good scissors, you can use a fingernail or toenail scissors because they're kind of nice because they have a curved curve. You know what I mean? So that's a scissors. At least 3 colors of acrylic paint. These are my colors, and I love them to pieces. I may add brown in there, but you really want 3 colors so that you can kind of create some pages that are fun. And I use monochromatic. You can use whatever colors you want, but these are craft acrylics, like $1.69. If you don't have them, I also use watercolor. and if your kids have any watercolor palettes, this looks like a kid's watercolor palette, but it's mine. If you have any watercolor palettes sitting around the house and brushes, I like big brushes for art journaling, but you can use whatever you have. If you don't have a brush, you can use your finger, or you can use Q-tips, or you can use a kitchen sponge. There's all kinds of things for putting paint on paper if you don't have a brush. At least 3 colors of acrylic paint. Oh, I forgot about a gift card. If you have an old gift card, that works as a scraping tool. For example, this page had a lot of paint on it. And then I took the tool, we'll get more into this tomorrow, and I scraped it. So it scrapes off 90% of your page, and it also creates these little lines. We'll talk about mark making tools as well. Okay, a watercolor palette. These are the brands I use. Koi, Uli, which is available now from from Adorn-It, because Uli has closed, so you can't buy from them. Angora, and a container for water. If you have been following me and doing what I do for watercolor, you know that this is not peppermint bark, first of all. You know that I use a water brush pen. This one happens to be from Adorn-It. It put water in it, and then it has a brush on it, and then you just paint. So there's a link in the pinned post above in the very first post here on this page that tells you how to get to Adorn-It to buy all this cool stuff when I say Adorn-It, which is why you should be taking notes. Are you guys taking notes? Take notes, because I got more to tell you about. Brushes, including a number 8 round. We're stuck at home. Get whatever brushes you can get. If you guys have just painted your house, go find those brushes. They'll work. I mean, makeup brushes, if you've got makeup brushes, cosmetic sponges, all that stuff works. So this extra stuff, I'm not going to talk about individually. I'm going to tell you about it as we use it. Or if you have a question on some of it, like absorbent ground, modeling paste, those are all art world words. I know I'm an artist, but I don't consider myself an artist. Do you know what I mean? Like, some of this stuff is so technical and so rigid that I find other things to use instead of it. But some of it is fun. Like, rubber stamps is on here. I love rubber stamps that have, like this one is a super cool face. I use it all the time. There's some that I just seem to use all the time for art journaling. This one's got words. This one has got like coffee stains. Love it. Ink pads are good to have. I'm not a big fan of the Distress ink, but I couldn't find my archival ink. But if you use ink pads for watercolor, go grab those. They'll work just as well. The other thing that's fun, if you have any of these ink sprays, I recommend that you do them outside, or you completely cover your table, which is my plan for tomorrow. I'm going to cover this with some butcher paper. The ink sprays are fun. Just find stuff that you guys have sitting around. If you've ever used this embellishment mousse, it kind of thickens things up if you use a stencil. Patricia is asking, what about the Ranger Oxide inks? Yeah, those will make great backgrounds. So rummage your craft, take a basket, go to your craft space, and just pick some stuff. Don't sit in the whole room and give yourself everything to choose from. Pick a few things and bring them to the table. That's the best way. What else do I have here? Washi tape is God's gift to art journaling, because it's the fastest way to get a quick little embellishment. Here's my washi tape that I did for Adorn-It. Fastest way to get a quick little design down. What else do we have? Stencils, you guys may have those. Deli paper we talked about, that's this stuff that you wrap your sandwiches in. Let's see, mark making tools. So I take my washi tape a lot and we'll stamp that into stamp pads. Let's just ruin this washi tape, because you know, why not? You stamp this into a stamp pad and then use it like that. You can make super cool circles. So when I say mark making tools, you can take your husband's comb that he uses in his hair, put it in paint and drag it across. You can, what else do I have here? Oh, bubble wrap is super fun. You put paint on the bubble wrap and then you push it down. It looks like you have bubbles all over your paper. So with art journaling, it's not about what you buy. It's more about what you have that you want to use. So, wait, what is... Oh, Betty says she has a paint booth that she used out of a copy paper box. Yeah, if you have those boxes that have had to sit outside for 24 hours from Amazon, cut the flaps off, and I cut one edge off of it and make like a little stand-up box, and you can spray directly into it. Okay, ephemera. Let's talk about that before I go to... So, I found all of these that my friend Karen put together for a craft show that we did. And I think I'm going to throw them up on the Etsy page. So if anybody wants ephemera, they'll be... I think she charged $15 for these. Honestly, they're worth way more because of all the thrift stores she had to go to and all the money to buy this stuff. Here's an old accounts receivable book. Here's an old kids book, a dictionary, some other pages, all yellowed vintage pages. Is really super cool. So I have a bunch of these. That's ephemera. Ephemera can be anything you want it to be. Anything. So we have been doing, let me show you my new collage element that's coming up. Please don't hate me. I just had a weak moment. So I did one for the coronavirus. This sweet little sunshine girl is wearing a mask. So these collage sheets can be ephemera. These are on my Etsy page, not that one yet because I haven't finished it. But one of them, let's see, do I have any that are currently up on the Etsy page? Like, oh, okay, so here's one that's coming. This is considered ephemera. This is my collage elements that are available in my Etsy store, which is www.thepaperrabbit.etsy.com. This one will be there as well. So you just cut these little guys out. I print them on sticker paper, but you can print them on plain white paper, cardstock, sticker paper, whatever you want to print them on. But yeah, this coronavirus one will be available. Oh, this one's new too. This is coming to the Etsy store as soon as my printer can print me a copy. So you can cut out stuff like this. Where did I get the idea for these collage elements? Since there are no new ideas in the world. From here. So when I was teaching classes, I did this page. If I can find the original, I will put it up for you guys to use. You can cut hearts out of it, it's circles out of it. Just cut out this little part right here, and that's cool on a page. Cut a triangle, you know, whatever. So if I can find the original, I'll do that. These are ones that are available to purchase on Etsy, like mine. These are people that take vintage clip art and they put it up for sale. So this is like $3 a sheet, and then you print it out, right? Well, I have a whole bunch of these. Maybe I'll have to give some of those away when we talk about giveaways. The birds, I love using birds in mine. So I have bird sheets that I paid for on Etsy. This was a super cool one. You could put together all the parts of this lady on Etsy. And this, my friends, is my favorite Tisha Moore, who is where we're leading up to talking about Tisha Moore. So if you have your pencil and are taking notes, we're going to get to Tisha Moore. So let's go back to this. I talked about clip art. That's what we just showed there. Okay, so if I have more stuff to tell you about, we'll talk about that as we go. No, I'm not sick. I just am talking a lot. Hang on. Okay, you guys like the borders? Good, because I'm drawing like a fiend. There's going to be lots more borders. Oh, Patricia says, I have tons of stickers. Can I use them also? I am new to this, so I don't know. Patricia, use anything you want. Art journaling is a freeing, whatever you can stick on your page. When I get to showing you some of my journals, you'll see. So somebody asked, why do they have this? What's up with this? Well, I did the alphabet, so it kind of overlaps. Some of the cool things in journaling is writing your words really fast so you can't read the journaling. It just becomes an art element. And I cut circles and hearts and stars and stuff out of these. I rip borders. I will tea stain this. Just cool. So that's one of the pages that are free here that you get to download. Oh, don't forget, they're free to download through Sunday of this week. And then this art journaling class will be up on my Etsy store. So if you aren't watching and you don't download them now, you get to pay a whopping $10 for them or whatever. man. Then I did a words page, so you can cut these out and use them in your journal. A lot of ephemera is sticker sheets like this that are words and quotes that say, she knew she could and she did, believe, try a little tenderness. Oh, that is a good coloring sheet that maybe I'll make. Corey's asking, what is masking fluid? Hold tight, Corey, I will tell you. And Lynn says, Patricia, yes, anything and everything is ephemera. Correct, anything. So, what I did with this, you guys get the black and white ones, so if you're a rainbow girl like me, you can color in rainbow. Or, this one I tea dyed, and I took my distress ink, and I put it on top of it, smushed it around, add coffee grounds to it. I think I threw wet dirt on this, and I distressed it. So this is, if anybody's talking to you about distressing, that's what they're talking about. So you can print this on sticker paper, or you can print it just like this, cut it out, and use your Collage Podge to glue it down, okay? Am I going too fast? I really want to get to the books, the journals. Corey asks, what is masking fluid? Masking fluid is pretty much rubber cement in a jar made by watercolor artists, so I'm sure it's very much fancier than that. So don't kill me if it's not rubber cement. But remember, you would put rubber cement down and then you could take your fingers and ball it up and throw it away. That's what rubber cement, masking fluid. You would write the word dream, then take your watercolor and watercolor over it. When it's all dry, you take your finger like a kid and you ball it up and throw it away, and then you have white left underneath it. Laura Ashley asks if you will show us how to tea dye. First of all, Corey, I hope that answers your question. Laura Ashley, you take a tea bag, put it in hot water, and you go, or you go, and then you let it dry. You can also put it in the oven and dry it, but I say let it dry. It's not a big deal. It's just taking a tea bag, the darkest tea you can find, or the lightest tea, because you'll get these different colors. And I let it dry, and then I go back over it again if I want some areas darker. Okay? Okay, so where were we? So those are all your freebie sheets that are free for this week. Let's see. Deanna says, sticker paper, can we get that at Adorn It? No. Sticker paper is made by Avery or Kelly Paper, and most printers carry it, like a print shop near you, like FedEx, Printer, Kinko. I don't know. There's print shops everywhere. Any printer carries sticker paper. And so you would take this in and you would say, could you print this on sticker paper for me? And they will. Adorn It carries stickers, but not sticker paper. You need like a industrial sticker company, you know what I mean? I mean like an industrial paper company like Kelly Paper. Okay, so you have 4 freebie sheets. This one, kids, is also going to be free to you guys. For a time, I think, like a day, and then it's going on my Etsy page. So watch for that once I color it. All right, how did I start art journaling? Well, thank you for asking. Cheap instant coffee is great for dyeing paper. Yes, you can find on YouTube tea dyeing videos and coffee dyeing videos, but really it's not hard. Oh, Amazon has sticker paper, Liz is saying. Oh, you could use onion peels like dyeing Easter eggs. Yeah. If you're taking notes, Robin Marie Smith, who is one of my mentors and gods, she is teaching a class on using all kinds of beets and onions and kale and all kinds of things to dye paper. So write down Robin Marie Smith, and you can find her class on her website. It's R-O-B-E-N, Marie, M-A-R-I-E, Smith. Let's write that down. Because now I'm going to be telling you lots of people's names. All the people I love who do art journaling. The next one, and my favorite, this is Robin Marie Smith, and she teaches a class in dyeing paper. Tisha Moore is the queen and god of art journaling. So I paid a lot of money to take a weekend class with her, and I still, to this day, love her to death. Love her. And you'll see lots of people who have copied her ideas. I took her class and then realized, well, I can't do just what she does because that is just copying. But this is her kind of work. This is her postcard. Ugh, and I covet this. So in her class, I learned to do this. So we learned to make a book out of watercolor paper, which is called Fabriano paper. And she taught us how to take magazines and glue them down and use gel pens and a Sharpie pen and Collage Podge and Mod Podge and create a book. You can see I never finished it because I felt like I was just copying everything that Tisha did. And I had to kind of find my own world. So I learned some of her ideas and her lessons. Well, there's nasty words there. I can't show that too much. Bad words, kids. Don't say bad words. But she taught us how to create a book. She taught us how to paint our backgrounds, taught us how to use clip art and ephemera to create the book. So that's a Tisha book. This was a Tisha-inspired page that I did for work to put on an end cap that showed art journaling. Again, Sharpie pens, Collage Podge paint, Sakura gel pens. You got to find the right pen that'll write on top of all this stuff. This isn't how I do mine. I just wanted to show you. This is a little book that I made that I never did anything with, but this is also considered ephemera. It is just junk and stuff. Stuff that you have at home. Like maybe you lost an earring, but you have one. Go get your one earring and use it to create a fun little... Oh, that's the back. So this was getting to be more my style after the Tisha style. But her stuff was so fun because she taught us how to do flip outs. Very cool. Oh, there's the front. Has a flip out. It was all about the birds. I'm a bird fanatic. All right, so let's get down to it. Oh, paper trimmer is also a good thing to have. I love, love, love my $25 approximately Tim Holtz Tonic Studio paper trimmer because it's easy to go with you. It's super, I can use it in my bed, which is where I craft half my life away. All right, so my favorite art journal, and you guys can go to YouTube to look at most of the flip throughs of my art journal. What's a flip through? It's where I just flip through the pages of my art journals and you can see what's inside of them. So when we were moving my parents, I found these amazing journals of my dad's that he never used that were stamped and numbered. You can buy these on Amazon and I love them to pieces. Love them to pieces. Wait, what is Liz asking? What is that cute freebie sheet that had all the virus stuff? It's going to be a freebie sheet, and then it's going to be on my Etsy page. So you're going to have to stay tuned here to be able to get the freebie sheet. It's going to be available to you guys probably as long as I'm in sequestration, which is what I call it. As long as I'm sequestered, you guys can get that sheet, and then it'll be on my Etsy line pages and dated numbers. I love this journal because it took, and I'm not going to go slow on this. If you want to see it slower, you can go to my Etsy page because I have bunches of journals. I loved it because it took watercolor and colored pencil. And even though you could, like this page, you could see through here, it's just fun. It's just a fun journal. It has, go get a lined spiral bound notebook that you may have left over from your kids. You can use that. You can use whatever you want. Debbie, I don't know, no, who asked? Barbara, I don't know the name of the journal, but I can go find it later. I just bought another one. They're $28 to $30 something. They're very cool. Okay, so you can see through here, but it doesn't bother me. And this is half of the fun things to do with a journal, especially right now. Like if you get stuff in the mail or a cool envelope from a friend, keep it in a journal. This was documenting a trip that my husband and I had, and I can look at this without even reading anything, and I remember where we were. It was our 30th anniversary. We were in Bridgeport, and I just glued stickers and business cards. This was a sticker at the gas pump. That's where we stayed. So you could, what is Melissa asking? Would you ever consider putting your books in PDF form? Melissa, if you want to come over and scan all these, I'll put them in PDF form, but I have hundreds. Not really. I exaggerate. I probably have 40 art journals, and it would take forever. This is something we'll talk about more of in April. I think it's April. This is called the Index Card a Day project, and I'm going to make all of you lettering students participate in the Index Card a Day challenge because we worked on index cards. So this book housed my index cards. Look, you don't have to put flat stuff in here. You can put fluffy stuff. And my book still closes. There's that rubber stamp that I told you that I use all the time. Look, rubber stamp. Everything's sliding in on my dining room table. Rubber stamps. Postcards, fabulous. Postcards are fabulous. Those are all the index cards. So why did I like this journal so much? I think because I'm a journaler. I love to use lines and journaling. I love to stick, write this down. If you don't have a sprocket or one of those, I'll try to find this tomorrow. Nope. Sprocket. It's a little thing that is wireless and Bluetooth and hooks up to your phone, and it prints pictures this big. This was one of them, but I just cut it. Oh, here's one. Here's a good one. There I am. So it prints these little sticker pictures. So get $125. Go to Amazon and buy a sprocket. Make sure you have lots of film. So flippin' cool. Sprocket. It's just really cool when you're sitting around a coffee house with your friends and you're journaling and you print out a picture that you took right then and there. So cute. Okay, so that's a sprocket. And the other thing that for me as an artist, I'll work out designs in here that then become rubber stamps or then become coloring sheets or whatever. So it's a place to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes in your journal. It's okay to write private things. It's okay to write how you're feeling in this crazy messed up time that we have. These are all pieces of scrapbook paper that I just cut out little ovals of and made flowers out of them, and that's how the flowers that I now draw came to be. Oh, look at everybody is now commenting how cool their sprocket is. So look, here's March. Oh no, look at what happened to me last March 6th. I was sick as a dog. Oh. So this book was cool because I did do a lot of things daily. Here's more flip outs. These were cool because these were gift certificates that my daughter made me. Look at my daughter's writing. She should be doing this. She's good. So yeah, if you have any scrapbooking papers, oh look, I ripped it. Scrapbooking papers are great to have. Get ready, there's going to be a loud noise. This is another type of art journal. This is made by The Messy Nest on Facebook, and her name is Jen Osborne. These are about, I was going to write Ostrom, Osborne. These are about $30 to $60. Yes, Linda, I'm going to do a flip out for you. Don't worry, I have it written down. She makes these out of watercolor papers. And they're just all different shapes and sizes of watercolor papers. You can see I haven't even started this one because if I told you I had 30 journals, it would be an underestimation. Oh, here she is, Jen Osborne, themessynest.com. She used my fabric to create this book. And this goes like this. So that's watercolor paper, okay? Love Jen's journals, and the paper she includes is awesome. Yes, it's all really beautiful watercolor paper. Okay, so this one is considered more of a junk journal. This is where I've taken lots of different bits and pieces. This is cardboard that we're supposed to be leaving outside for 24 hours in the sun. Then I ripped the top layer off to expose all this ridges. Then I embossed stuff, embossing powder on it. Then there's all kinds of little bits of different pieces of paper, and you just punch holes in them and you use rings. So if you have kids that have those O-rings or D-rings and you have a bunch of those from work that they've done, you can just make yourself a book today by going and grabbing some scraps of papers. Oh, we didn't even talk about book pages. Hold on. I buy dictionaries at I forgot what I was saying. I'm tired. I buy dictionaries at thrift stores, and then I tear the pages out, and then I use them and tear them up. I will take and cut a heart out of them and use the heart in a journal. If you don't know how to cut a heart, go back to kindergarten. There's a heart, and you can distress that, you know, super cool. So if you have a thrift store that's still open near you, go get some books. There's book pages. Here's more cardboard, like from the back of a notepad. Here's a piece of vellum. You can stitch on your pages if you have a sewing machine. I love stitching bits. Here's a tag that got put in. So this is just all, oh look, and I stitched and made a pocket, which I've probably lost whatever was in there. Who knows? This is when I was trying to find my style. Hi Sid. Oh, Bev's not here. She's in her lockdown, but I'll tell her you said hi. Wait, Sylvia asked, why leave the cardboard outside in the sun? I don't know. Go to USPS.com. They'll tell you, because I just looked it up this morning. When you go to Starbucks or to the bakery and they give you these really cool little bags, ask for an extra one, because bags are super cool in journals. Bags and envelopes, little envelopes. Here's a little envelope for a little pocket. It's fun for me to look through these. Here's an index card, because I haven't seen them for a long time. More cardboard, more cardboard. Okay, next. I'm trying to go through these quick. UV rays kill the virus. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys look that up. Here is, I wish you could see this up close and personal, but here is something that's called modeling paste. It's raised, and I put down a stencil with polka dots, and then you scrape the modeling paste over the top, and it becomes a raised up element that you can put paint on. I covered this entire book with book pages, just ripped up little bits, so you can cover your book if you have an ugly book. This was actually a book I bought at a store, at a thrift store, that had poetry in it, and they were selling it for like 50 cents. Don't ever be a poet, kids. Oh, this one, wait, look, it's called Day of the Rainbow. See, I told you guys rainbows are popping up everywhere. Rainbows. So funny. Okay, so my plan for this was, and this is why I have so many journals. I have plans and then I put them away. My plan was to wash out the words and then go back and, hold up, where's that heart I just cut? And take things and glue them down to the inside and then do some journaling. Cute, huh? So I started this book and then I never got much further. Oh, that one's cool. Oh, maps. We didn't even talk about maps. Go out to your car and get an old map. You can cut those up and they make really cool backgrounds. My friend Joy uses the security envelopes that you get mail in. So like if you get your mail today and you get junk mail, but there's a really cool envelope with a window, save that because that works really well for journaling. So that's a book. This was one of my most expensive books that I bought. It's got Fabriano paper in it, which is artist talk for lots of money. And the whole thing fell apart. Look. Everything fell out. But that's okay because this was fun. I just did lots of words and quotes and things, working out stuff for rubber stamp ideas and for things for what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Working out ideas for rubber stamps. Oh, look, and I never finish, as always. So art journaling doesn't have to be all this cut up and painted stuff. You could just write in your journal. I'm almost done, I promise. Here's another junk journal. We'll go through this quick. Cardboard, deli paper. Oh, there's my honey and me. So it's kind of like scrapbooking, but it's junky style. Oh, Lisa's telling us about the rainbows. Hashtag 518 Rainbow Hunt started on Facebook in New York by me to bring happiness during the lockdown. Put rainbows on your house, drive by, and see rainbows. Lisa, did you really start that? That is bitchin' beyond all belief. That's the coolest. Even if you didn't, it's still cool. There's a leaf made of something called Lutrador when I was doing art journaling. There's me teaching new classes. You can put little tabs that pull out. This one pulled out, see? Little tabs that pull out of pockets that you make. If you don't sew, then you just use double-sided tape to create a pocket. Oh, here's my kids. My son shaved his head last night and his beard because he's sequestered for weeks. He got laid off. Let's not talk about it. None of my kids are working. Here's the day I voted. I think I voted for me this day. That's when I voted for me because I was on the school board for 12 years. So here's more little scrapbooking type stuff. And see, nothing's glued down all the way. It's on cheap paper. I love using staples. I have a Tim Holtz stapler. Staples are great. But pockets are just fun because you can pull things out of them. Yeah. Oh. Grateful for all God's creatures, large and small. And Deekers, that's for you. Okay, so that's another junk journal. So see, if you don't have a journal, make your own today. All right, we got just a few more. This is what I call a real art journal because I just watercolored and tried to be a real artist in it. Again, most of these are on YouTube, a flip through of all the journals where I take more time with them. So those are all there. But this is just all watercolored scenery and stuff from the beach. This was super cool stuff called, I forget what you call this, but you iron it down and it becomes amazing. I didn't like this journal because it was perforated, so all my pages were going to start falling out. But I got to play artist and sat down like with an easel and sat outside and doodled and painted. And then we came home and there was a fire. That's a long story. All right, here's another journal. This one was in Somerset Studio. I gotta see if I can read some of your... I just read on Amazon that Sprocket does not work with the new iPhones. Anyone have an update on that? Canson, no, not Canson. Canon also makes one. I just don't know what it's called. I don't know. Nicole says, do you have a black pen that you use and won't bleed through the watercolor on top? I use the Kuretake Writer pen. And where's my other ones? And the Posca. Uni Posca Black. And also some Sharpies. The skinny Sharpie. Hold on. I'm looking for my pens. Well, I've made a big mess on the table and I can't find... Oh, here. Pen. This Sharpie, that's that new skinny Sharpie. I don't know what it's called. It's called a Sharpie pen. It's just a skinny Sharpie. It works on top. Uni Poscas come in white and black and every color under the rainbow. I just ordered some on Amazon. PC1M. And then most of the microns and most of colored pencils, those should work. All that stuff should work. So here's another art journal. This is using all photographs that my dad took. And journaling that you can't read and neither can I, but I know what I said at the moment. Look at this cool picture. Stickers, sticker letters for those of you guys that are old scrapbookers. If they've lost their sticky, you can put glue stick on the back or Collage Podge. This was not my dad's picture, but it was cool. Anyway, that's an art journal that's more artsy-fartsy, okay? Oh yes, the Sakura Identi-Pen also works, but it may soak through the page. It's like a real Sharpie. Kind of have to do a little bit of testing with your pens. All papers different. Okay, so this book was in Somerset Studio magazine. Let's write that down. You guys want more inspiration? Well, Instagram should be #1, but Somerset Studio. magazine and art journaling magazine. And if you guys have your own favorite art journalers, put them here because there's a million. I love Dina Wakely. And I say her name wrong every time, so I won't say it. It's Diane, like that, Reevely, something like that. Reevely, Ray Massigman. There's a bunch. Yes, Dina is doing a live every day as well, so you can go follow Dina Wakely. All right. Here were two more pages that I just found that came from something and have fallen out. All right, we're coming up to my fave. Oh, nope, got one more before my fave. This was a little envelope that we had at Ben Franklin that some catalog came in, so I stole it out of the trash. And this isn't even a journal. These are just cards. Fabric. Look, I used fabric on there. Just cards. And I drew most everything on these. Look at this one stitched. Oh, and this was in Somerset Studio because their notes are on this. Stitched. Stitched. That one's a real, like, everybody does art journaling like that, so I try not to. The Paper Outpost on YouTube. Oh yeah, YouTube is another great place for art journalers. Okay, so that's that one. Now we're coming up on what made me keep going with art journaling. All right, so as you guys know, or hopefully you know now because I've said it a bunch, on March 27th, I'm going to be a part of a group which is Life Documented. Let's write that down. Life Documented 2020. You can find them on Facebook or on their blog. I'm going to be their featured journaler on Saturday, March 20th. No, March 27th. Don't mind me. Okay. March 27th, I'll be their featured art journaler. So a couple of my friends still do this religiously each year. I did it for 2 or 3 years and then stopped. But we used Moleskine journals and we learned from the best. We learned from Robin Marie Smith, Sandy Keene, Ray Massigman, and Lorraine Bell. There was one other gal, but I don't know that she's doing anything anymore. They all still do stuff. Find them. Follow them. They're amazing. But they gave up their Facebook page because it was overwhelming. They thought they would get maybe 12 to 25 people, which is the same that happened to me for the original scrapbook convention, where we thought we would sell tickets for 400 people and over 2,000 people came. Well, that can be overwhelming and you might just want to commit hara-kiri. Don't do that, kids. Just kidding. See, there I go again. It's all day on the 27th. It just gets posted to their Facebook page and to their blog. So it's all day. And it'll be up there. It's there forever. So they took their website, their Facebook page down because it was overwhelming and just too much for them. But they taught us how to take a journal, and some of their signature moves, I call them, were these tip-ins and flip-outs, where we took a piece of washi tape. I got to be careful with this journal because this was washi tape that was cheap and didn't work. They taught us how to do flip-outs and tip-ins. Oh, this fell off. They taught us how to use paper clips to just clip something to it, which is why now you see paper clips in all kinds of super cool patterns and cuteness. See, these are all flip outs. Flip, flip. Little pockets. So this was my airplane itinerary ticket when I was still traveling every week. Washi tape everywhere. More cute paper clips. And it was just every day they gave us a prompt, or there was an artist that was an inspiring artist. There was a flip up. This was for Jimmy Chow, who's one of my favorite artists. Oh, I can't even pull it out anymore, but those were for the Olympics. I did Sunshine Girls. So I sewed and then glued that paper to the page. Lots of washi tape. So, are you guys getting inspired, I hope? Because today is about the inspiration. Oh, look, there I am. Washi tape. This might even been gauze medical tape. If you don't have washi tape, get masking tape, electrical tape, medical tape, Band-Aids. You just got to go shop your house. Really, go shop the house. Oh, Michelle says, I always use a glue stick to keep my washi tape in place. Well, I do too now. But back then we thought washi tape was tape. This is a cute little thing I bought at some store. Look, it's just a little bitty file folder that opens and closes. So that's what this book was. Lace. My friend Heather. Oh, she drew that cute little girl. So it's evolved greatly since then. But I use these like flip out pages to create spots that I wanted to hide that I didn't want anybody to read. Magazines. So if you have, oh, this is a cool thing. If you guys are eating up everything in the pantry, this was a cracker box, late July cracker box. You could use soup labels, whatever you have. This just had really cute art on it. Here's the crackers down here, and I made it into a sunshine. This was a picture of our shoes at the front door when that was happening. Once a bunny, always a bunny. Mind mapping, this goes way back. So this is in our journal, the Creative Hand Lettering with Lindsay book. If you don't have that, go to the pinned post, or you can go to my Etsy store at www.thepaperrabbit.etsy.com and order the book. Mind mapping is in there. Bad words again. There's bad words in all my journals. Here's some cards people sent me and the envelope because I wanted to keep them both. Who's this from? Oh, this was from a nun that we were pen pals until she passed away. She was 101. A retired calligrapher. Anyway. So, questions? Now would be the time because I'm going to start finishing up. I got to go to the printer. Look, there's little paper bags here where you can print stuff, pull stuff out of. Just little bits that you may not know where to put other places, but you don't want to lose it. Another piece that just got stuck in there. Here's that deli paper I was telling you about because this never dried, but it looks like it did now. I glued a feather in there. Labels, yeah, Debbie, if you have labels around your house, that'd be great. Oh, there's lots of stuff I didn't even use. Here's Lorraine Bell's business card. Lorraine Bell. Here's a cool envelope that was from my dad's stamps. Another Tisha Moore postcard. No, that's Robin Marie Smith. Oh, there's Robin Marie Smith's signature. Look, her circles. Robin Marie Smith. Oh, there's my honey. Oh, look how cute he is with a vintage trailer. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, are you catching this? Walk around your house and look for bits of junk. There's a Christmas show I went and saw. Here's a string of snowflakes that just got thrown in there. This was from Ben Franklin. This is how we bought our yarn. There's a yarn card with yarn on it. Sewing patterns are fun. Okay, cereal boxes, somebody said. Lynn says, you can use all kinds of food boxes to make postcards and journal covers. And Ramona says, did someone already ask if the videos will be here to watch? They're always here. They're always saved here, but I'm going to try and put them on YouTube so that you'll be able to find them by typing in Art Journaling Day 1. I just learned how to do that and I have to try it. So that's where we stand there. There's a little vintage trailer somebody gave me. Card from Mary Jermisi. There's a Christmas card somebody made me. Magazine picture. There's my daughter's art. She just doesn't have enough time to be a daughter. I mean, a daughter. Don't tell her that. To be an artist. Okay. Okay. Another Christmas card. So towards the end, I petered out. I stopped creating pages. And then I made a cover for this book. And it had a handle on it and a tie that ties all up here. So that's that. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't close anymore, because to me that's half the beauty, right? All right, so where were we when we started this whole thing? I'm looking for my sheets. So backing up. Sid says, "Hi Sid, my paper rabbiteer. You've given me a great idea for using all the ski and surf stickers from..." Don't make me cry here, Sid. "From Billy's." Yep. Debbie says, "Yeah, my comment box below the feed." I don't know what that means. Anyway, enough of that. So, these are free in the files. Go grab these sheets. They'll tell you where to get started. This is the sheet that tells you some of the supplies, but not all of them, because like I say, shop your house. Go through your drawers, go through your old jewelry, get some ribbons, get some yarn, get turkey basting twine, cheesecloth, whatever you got. This is a sheet that we use for cutting up and tearing and ripping out things and using for ephemera, okay? This is the word sheet that you have in white, and I also scanned my original. Oh, that's another thing I should tell you really quick. Oh, I need water. If you make an original that you really like this one, don't cut it up until you can scan it, if you have a scanner. If you don't have a scanner, I learned from Ashley at the Sunny Side Up Studios that you can take your phone and get an app called Cam Scanner, C-A-M Scanner, and I think it's 99 cents. She thought it was free. It was probably free when she got it, but it's a whopping 99 cents forever. And then you take a picture of this and you can scan it and then print it out from there and then cut up your original or save it forever like me. So these are your sheets that you have that are free for this week only. This week only, and then they will be uploaded to my Etsy page, right? What else is free for this week only, if I can find it? And then I'm going to give you a little preview of something coming. Boy, do I have a mess going here. You should see this table. Well, I've lost it. Oh, here it is. This will also be free here in the files only. And I'm only going to say this once. I'm not going to keep answering questions for people. This will be free. Oh, Pinterest. Thank you, Betty. Pinterest is a great place to get ideas for art journaling. I have a Pinterest board. All my stuff is there. So you can type in Lindsay Ostrom and look at my Pinterest board. I'm sure Betty has Pinterest boards, but just type in art journaling. So this one will be free for about another 12 to 25,000 days, however long I'm sequestered in this house, and then it will be on my Etsy page. Okay, now you guys are getting a sneak peek, and then I'm leaving. So what you'll get free on the Life Documented page, I think it's going to be there forever. I think it'll always be there. Is this page. Oh, it's upside down. Journal Me. So you'll get this in black and white. And then I haven't decided. I think I'm just going to put up the tea-stained one. And then it will also be available on my Etsy page as a packet that you can buy to print and download, because you'll also get, where's the colorful ones? Where? You'll also get this one and this one. Two different colors, two different coloring styles. This one's got more deep jewel tones, and this one's got more bright rainbows. So you'll get those. And then we already talked about what's coming on the in my Etsy store this week. I'll be adding flowers. I'll be adding fuzzy critters, and I'll be adding borders. Okay? I am talked out. Do you guys have questions? Because you can write them in the comments and I will answer them. But the first thing that we need to do, old people like me, is learn how to use files. All this stuff will be saved in files. You need to learn how to get to files and be able to save them and download them and print them out. or save them, send them to the printer, have him print them for you, and print them out. Look, I just found a leaf I forgot to color. I got to go back and color that. That's funny. So, you got it? Get it? Got it good? So, that's it for today. Tomorrow, what are we doing? Somebody will have to remind me. I can't remember. But we'll be back here. I'll be back here at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, this will be saved here. Hopefully it will be saved on my YouTube channel, which is, guess what? Lindsay Ostrom, Creator of Cuteness. So you can go over to the YouTube channel now and see a lot of the journals that I just showed you. And gather your stuff. Go around the kitchen. I'm going to do a little gathering too. Hunting and gathering in my own house. That's what we're going to call it. Hunting and gathering. Do it. If you have kids that are out of school, share this with them. If you know people that have kids out of school, share this with them. They don't have enough art in schools anymore. You know that, right? So let's get them doing art while they're home. Put their phones down, pick up some paper, and actually create some stuff. Yeah, I'm out of here. I love you guys. I got to go take a drink of water. Losing my voice. So let's end on this picture. Have a great day. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Stay hunting and gathering today. And I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. If I can figure out how to stop my phone.